Dato' Anthony Kevin Morais.
Kevin Anthony Morais.
Dato' Anthony Kevin Morais.
Anthony Kevin Morais.
Anthony Kevin Morais.
Anthony Kevin Morais.
Bunahan. Anthony Kevin Morais.
Born on March 22, 1960 in Kuala Lumpur, Anthony Kevin Morais had dedicated his life to upholding justice and fighting for corruption. Morais was a deputy public prosecutor for the Attorney General's Chamber of Malaysia as well as at the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission. His unwavering commitment to integrity and his fearless pursuit of truth made him a formidable force against those who sought to undermine the rule of law.
Anthony Kevin Morais was awarded with the Darjah Datuk Paduka Mahkota Perak Award at the Istana Iskandaria on Friday. Accepting on his behalf was his youngest brother, Datuk Richard Morais.
As the investigation into Kevin Morais' disappearance unfolded, multiple suspects emerged, including 47-year-old former military pathologist Colonel Dr. Kunasegaran, who faced accusations of complicity in this heinous crime. Alongside him stood Dineshwaran, Dinesh Kumar, Vishwanath, Nimalan and Ravi Chandran, who all were implicated in the abduction, murder and disposal of Morais' body. Despite their denials, the evidence against them was damning.
As information and speculation flew across the news outlets, one question lingered in the minds of all Malaysians. What truly happened to Kevin Morais? We are going to uncover the horrifying truth behind his disappearing act, investigating the puzzles by tracing Morais' final steps. This is the chronology of the disappearance of Kevin Morais. On September 4, 2015, it started as an ordinary morning in Kuala Lumpur. Kevin Morais left his home at around 9 a.m. from Menara Dutawan. As the day went on, Morais' flatmate, Davin, began to feel uneasy when Morais failed to answer any of his calls. He also discovered that Morais did not show up for work too. Davin became increasingly concerned and informed the authorities, which started a hunt for the prosecutor who had disappeared. Then, an important piece of information has surfaced, which is a blurry CCTV clip that would help solve the mystery surrounding Morais' disappearance. The video showed a seemingly innocent accident on a busy street, which turned out to be an elaborate scheme carried out by 4 individuals. They slammed their car into Morais' and they moved quickly by dragging Morais from his car into a black SUV, a Mitsubishi Triton. 3 of them got into the SUV and the other suspect got into Morais' car and ran away with the car. Days passed with no signal of Morais. Then, on September 7, 2015, in Hutan Melintang, Perak, the police found a shocking discovery, which is the charred remains of a car. With the chase's number matching Morais' missing car, it is confirmed that the burnt car was in fact Morais' car. As the nation grappled with the horror of Morais' disappearance, another grim revelation emerged. In the swampy area in Taman Subang Mewah, a barrel filled with layers of concrete was found on September 16, 2015. Inside the barrel was the body of Kevin Morais, confirming his tragic death. Equipped with all of the crucial piece of information, police set out on a relentless search for justice, resolved to uncover the truth surrounding Morais' tragic death.
There are many DNA evidences or traces left by the deceased in this case. First of all, the chemistry report and DNA test was performed on the body that was discovered in the cemented oil drum, and it matched those of Deputy Public Prosecutor Kevin Morais. As you can see in this photo, this was exactly the oil drum that kept the deceased body. So, the bone specimen that was found in the oil drum matched with the DNA of Kevin Morais' brothers, David, Ramesh and Richard Dillon. So, thus proving that the body is indeed Kevin Morais. DNA forensic analyst from Malaysia's chemistry department stated that a mixed DNA profile was found on the front area of a black t-shirt, and it matched from the DNA from the bone specimen labeled as unknown just now, um, which was also confirmed. It was indeed Kevin Morais, and it matched with two DNA of blood specimens named as Nimalan and Ravi Chandran, which are both suspects in this case. In detail, the DNA from the armpit areas of the black t-shirt match with the profiles of two DNA blood specimens labeled as S. Nimalan and Ravi Chandran, which are both suspects in this case. And the t-shirt was also found in a Proton Pradana car, which was worn by Ravi Chandran. The technique that was used on the t-shirt was scraping, which it was more effective in obtaining a bigger specimen, said the forensic chemist that was assigned to analyze the DNA in this case. A trace of blood from the deceased was discovered on a bathroom door of a workshop in Desa Mentari Petaling Jaya, where the body and the car were stored. So after analyzing the blood sample, it was determined that the blood came from the deceased. This is a crucial evidence since the workshop was where the crime took place. Lastly, the crucial DNA evidence that was found in this case were the traces of deceased DNA on a pair of black rubber gloves beneath the seat of a Mitsubishi Triton. Apparently, the Mitsubishi Triton was used to ram the car that was driven by the deceased. Overall, a total of 59 exhibits, including a pair of gloves, a gunny sack, a ring, chain, pendant, belts, pants, shirts, all of which had bloodstains, were collected by the police. And all of these discoveries contributed in solving the Kevin Morais case.
Just like any other cases, strategies and techniques must be made to further solve the case. One of the possible techniques that could be used by the forensic expert is forensic serial number restoration. In this case, the suspect has physically removed the chassis number or serial number from Kevin Morais' car using a grinder. This kind of tampering is a deliberate act to hinder investigation and conceal the identity of the car. Therefore, forensic expert has come up with methods like chemical treatments, which is chemical etching, and metallography, which reacts with metal to reveal hidden markings. Not only that, they could also use advanced technology like laser scanning or digital imaging that could create high-resolution images capturing details that could aid in the reconstruction of altered sample. Next is DNA analysis. So the DNA that was found at the crime scene, for example, the black SUV, were analyzed to link the suspects to the crime. Other than that, the traces of Kevin Morais' DNA on different surfaces, for example, the black SUV, the t-shirt worn by the suspect, and also the doorknob, could provide undeniable evidence of his presence and implicated the perpetrators in his murder. Techniques such as DNA extraction, polymerase chain reaction, which is PCR, and also DNA profiling were used to generate and analyze DNA evidence samples that are collected from the crime scene. Last but not least is digital forensic. So digital forensic could play a crucial role in Kevin Morais' case as investigators analyze his electronic devices for valuable information about his abduction and murder. They will likely to examine his mobile phone for call logs, text messages, and social media activity, seeking for clues about his interaction before his disappearance. Not only that, they could also scrutinize his computer to review emails, browsing history, and also files for insights into his professional and personal life. This way, They could potentially reveal the motives and connection to the suspect.
The suspect's conviction exposed a dark plot. This was a terrifying criminal conspiracy. Morais' work was thought to be connected to the motivation. Morais was a devoted attorney. He had a reputation for being honest. He never gave up on pursuing justice. He frequently battled with influential people as a result of his activities. He was the lead prosecutor in multiple well-known cases of corruption. Subsequently, it turned him into a target. A military doctor, Colonel Dr. Kunasigaran, was the main suspect. Morais has him under investigation for corruption. The doctor was losing a great deal. The military was also the source of the other suspects. Each of them belonged to the same organization. They had the doctor's loyalty. The doctor was suspected by the detectives of planning the murder. He wanted Morais to be silent. There were his collaborators, the other suspects. Evidence was presented to support the conspiracy claim. The crime scene and the suspects were connected. They were connected to Morais' kidnapping as well. The plan and the motivation presented a dim image. It was a murder and corruption story. It served as a clear reminder of the dangers that individuals who oppose corruption must endure. Kevin Morais has a reputation for doing things meticulously. According to Dr. Richard Morais, his older brother, Kevin Morais was involved in a variety of high-profile cases. His work frequently placed him in the path of influential people. Still, this did not stop Kevin Morais. Morais became a target because of his commitment to his work.
Everybody knew his related. He's related. He's very professional about his work. Yeah, he doesn't share it with his family members. We all know his character, he's a guy that, went by the law.
In June 2020, justice was finally served when the assailants, including Colonel Dr. Kunasigaran and his accomplices, were sentenced to death for their role in Kevin Morais' abduction, murder, and disposal. Through the power of DNA analysis and forensic science, the truth was uncovered and those responsible for these heinous crimes were brought to justice. This is the story of Kevin Morais, a man who dared to challenge the darkness and paid the ultimate price for seeking the truth.